Welcome back again, and in this episode we will discuss methodology and age groups. When you are teaching, you must consider the ages of the students you are teaching. Each group is different and you have to learn about them before you teach. This will allow you to make lesson sequences and plans for each class. Children. Young children tend to be the hardest to teach. The reason is their short attention span. However, they like to learn a lot. Children tend to remember 75% of what they learn within a week's time. Recycling information to them constantly will aid in their learning while changing topics constantly. Children like to see their names and want constant praise. Giving stickers to children who do a good job is like saying they done a great job. They will be glad to get a sticker. You don't need to teach them grammar, but first teach them to speak. When they have mastered the art of speaking a few sentences, introduce flashcards to teach them vocabulary. Once they learn some vocabulary, you can ask questions about animals, food, and their surroundings. You can judge if they understand listening and how they are reacting to your lesson by how they pay attention. If you see children misbehaving, then you know that you need to change your lesson or sequence. Students become bored and rowdy when the lessons are repeated too often. Change the class plans when you see the students becoming restless. When you notice they can speak well, then move on to reading. You can start out with learning the alphabet and songs that can help them remember things such as phrases. Once they know the alphabet, teach them how to read by showing them words and pictures of things they like and understand. Once they understand a few words, teach them how to put them in order to make sentences. They will remember the words and it will help improve their reading. Teenagers. Once children reach their teen years, they develop their personalities. Many are worried about how they are conceived by others and should be able to grasp or have a grasp of the target language that they are learning. They have a longer attention span, but may be distracted by the opposite sex. They may end up being very conscious of their personal self, and any personal teasing may impede their learning. This can shatter their hopes of learning a target language. Girls tend to learn quicker than boys, but boys tend to tease girls and distract them from learning. To teach teenagers effectively, you must teach things that they can relate to, such as music, fashion, money, friends, sports, and jobs. You may need to teach these subjects or content areas in order to keep them from being bored and disruptive in class. You may need to enforce rules more strictly on teenagers, as showing off now becomes more apparent with some students. Once boys have discovered girls, they tend to show off, and a few may become nuisances in the class. Other students may need more encouragement than others, as they are shy, and if they find the class difficult, that they may decide to withdraw from the class. Encouragement is really needed during these times. Some students will be great students one-on-one, but once the class starts, they stare in space, like a deer in headlights, or become disruptive since they can't concentrate on their own work. Adults. Adults are probably the easiest to teach. However, they are the quickest to speak up if their needs are not met, and the easiest to please if you change the lesson plan for them. You must find out what the students want in order to make lesson plans. The main reason to change lesson plans for adults is because they want their needs met and you need to meet them. Many adults are in school not to fulfill college requirements, but many times requirements for their jobs. Their employers may be paying for their classes in order for the student to travel abroad to help the company in sales or obtain information on future products. In this case, if you do not teach an adult speaking, listening, and vocabulary, they may become disenchanted with your teaching. You can have more lax rules with adults, but you still have to let them know the rules and what the consequences will be if they don't follow them. They will respond to your lessons better than younger students, but want to be more respected and want to have a say in the class. You can call them Mr. or Mrs. if you like to ensure more respect. Never raise your voice with an adult, as they will feel a power struggle happening in the class. Adults tend to forget lesson plans faster than younger children. In fact, nearly 80% of what was taught will be forgotten by the next day. Recycling lesson plans is extremely necessary to ensure the adult students learn what was taught. That is all the time we have for today. I hope to see you in the next episode.